So, afternoon is there. We've been in lunch break for the last. My hair are funky right now. Don't know what they are doing. Whatever. So basically, don't know how your lunch break was, but mine was fantastic. Went inside, did a few things, and then an hour and a half later, here we are back again on this project. Today, what we're aiming for is completing the short block as mentioned in the title of the stream, but also in the book. Basically, what we have left to do that is pretty much throwing those pistons here. Whoop, these ones. So we have 8 beautiful pistons with brand new piston rings on it. So we're gonna look forward at throwing them inside the engine block actually. So that should be pretty straightforward, and our best friend this afternoon might be this tool here. So for those who don't know what that is, this is basically a ring compressor for pistons. So that allows us to compress around the piston so the rings get tighter, and then we can just smash the piston inside the engine block. So this is the idea here. So we're gonna go ahead and follow the instruction for that. Shoo, little instruction. I'm gonna put the cam here. We're gonna start on cylinder 1 and 2. So this is going to be our thing. Install connecting rod bearing already done. They are still matched up together. Turn engine on stand and third crank to bottom, top dead center. We're gonna start with that. So they say to install our tool at the front to spin the engine, which I didn't buy. So I just left the bolt in there. So wow, it's not even forcing or anything. So what we're gonna do, I can already see there's a few schmutz in here. So I'm just going to first of all start by cleaning that bearing, just to make sure that everything is super clean. So we already, all right, I don't know what that was, but there was some schmutz on my fingers and towels. No idea where that coming from, but hey. So I will pick another one then. It's gotta be a beast. Hey, what's up? Thank you for the first message. Yeah, man, that thing, I hope it's going to be a beast. It's my first time assembling an engine, so to be fair, it's either gonna be that or a freaking fragmentation grenade in here. Hopefully it won't be that. So yeah, so basically we're aiming at 600 HP at the wheel. So we are going 6-liter V8 turbo. So that should be something pretty interesting. Oh, I have some, oh, I know what that is. This is it, I have that.
Abhinav1 Q just joined the crew.
Abhinav1, I love how the bot said it, so I'm gonna stick to that. So welcome, thank you for the follow, man. How are you doing? Where are you coming from? And how did you find the channel? I'm curious. Thank you so much for taking time to just write and chat. It's really appreciated. I just started the stream, and like having someone new in here, that's lovely. I love that. So yeah, so basically, since you're new, since you're new, let me show you actually. So here we go. We have my Datsun 280ZX. I can find you a better picture of it because right now it's a bit sad to see. It's a big hole in there. So this is a 79 280ZX that I owned for the last 10 years that never ever ran properly. I bought that at when I was barely 20 years old. And basically, here I am trying to make an insane project out of it. So basically building my dream car right now because I had the opportunity to do so. So there it is. Poop, 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 poop. There and there. So boom, this is the actual car. This is me right here on the corner, and 10 years ago, so the car never ran properly. I always had trouble with it. It had an old V8 5 liters from a Buick. It was a bit of a shitty engine in it, not powerful, not reliable, always having like trouble going from places to places. So yep. Basically what we're doing now is pretty much going through the entire thing and doing a resto mod of the car. So we're gonna end up having a mechanic in it. Like mechanical wise, it's gonna be all 2000 and more, and the old look of the body and everything. So that's pretty sick. I'm super happy with how it's going so far. And yeah, we have some custom parts, a lot of them actually. If you want to take a look, dual side. There we go. So here you can see we have the custom subframe ready to take that LS in place. We have a bunch of custom things. We did clean up the entire wiring loom for the body. The only electronic left in the engine bay is that, nothing else gonna be in there. And we are going turbo, so we're gonna have a turbo in that corner here with intercooler and everything going through here. So that's gonna be quite insane. So yeah, we went pretty nuts with all of the setup, and we have big brakes and coilovers waiting to get installed also in those boxes right here. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome, honestly. So thank you for stopping by. Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Basically, I'm doing some amateur racing in summer with my BMW M3. I'm a big fan of agility in cars. So I'm not looking only for power. I'm also, I almost talking French there. I almost speak French. I'm also looking for some like reliability, endurance, and handling. So I really want the car to be able to handle, which is going to be our biggest issue probably, because that's going to be way too much power for its own good. But hey, that's gonna be a problem for future us, because right now we're building the monsters. So let's go, let's keep going. So here, like I was saying, piston ring compressor is going to be our best friend this afternoon. We're going to take time to clean these bearing surface. I'm going to do them one by one. So I'm going to start on that one, clean it up, lube it with the assembly lube. Then we'll start cleaning, like putting the piston in it. So let's do that. Let's grab some brand new gloves just to make sure we don't put any more schmutz in it. And we are going. So like I said, this is my first major build, and I went a little bit nuts with it. I went really all in. So not the thing I will recommend anyone of doing, because at first doing such a massive build can be a bit overwhelming and can keep the motivation low at some point. So you have to take care of that. But on my side, I was feeling ready for that, and that's what I've done. So there we are, and we are having a blast working on that car. It's really fun, and I have the chance to stream it. That we're gonna pivot that here. So this is 200,000. That will be cool. Where are you from, man? Do we know each other at all? I'm kind of curious. Like sometimes people come in here and they are like, "Hey, I'm that person," or "Hey, I'm that guy." Like lately, I had a student in here. That could be the case again, I think. So what I'm gonna do here is make sure that everything is super clean, and it looks like it is. Yep, super duper clean. So now what we're gonna do, spin that to cylinder number 1. Oh, nice. In what field are you working on? Or studying on? Because I'm a teacher in 3D animation, so I always think it's cool having people from different places around the world. 2 weeks ago, we had a guy from Germany doing some crazy hill climb build, like old cars with 400 HP at the wheel, but like old, really small cars. So that was pretty insane. I was so glad to have someone like that in my chat. That was cool. This is done. Cylinder are really, really clean. We did a great job with them the other day. Let's come back to, oh my God, this is now heavy. There we go. So now that we're done with that, we're gonna take the time to make sure we are 100% clean on that bearing surface and then lube it. There we go. Ah, nice, computer science, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Yeah, I love everything related to like technologies and stuff like that. That's actually why I'm building that car. Like, it's fun to just go ahead and bring something from the 70s, end of 70s, towards with technology from right now, from the last 15, 20 years. Basically, on my side, I'm going with this is a 2003 LQ4 engine, so this is coming from a truck actually. This is a V8. It's based on the same kind of engine that we find in the Corvette and stuff like that. So this is a V8 6-liter engine that usually produce 315 HP from factory. So really decent engine overall, coming with a 4-speed automatic transmission. This one had 200,000 kilometers on it when I pick it up. It was actually, I bought a van that had that engine in it from factory, and I drove the van 50 kilometers and disassembled it. After that, I took that engine and sent it to a machine shop. They did rework everything, clean everything, make sure everything was on spec. And then after that, here we are reassembling it with a lot of upgraded parts. So basically, the casting, the crank, the main caps, but not even the bolts, just the main caps, are pretty much the only thing that will be left in the car from factory. The head, cylinder head and valves, but we are upgrading the springs, upgrading the lifters, upgrading the push rods, upgrading the camshaft. All the bearings in here are upgraded to handle more stress. So basically we went a bit nuts and really did put a lot of effort in making that, in making like a recipe that should be reliable basically. So this is what we're aiming for, and so far it seems like we are on the good way for that. There we go. So now we're gonna lube that surface here with our assembly lube. Just making sure I'm really going everywhere with that. I'm gonna put a little bit more on top here. Maybe I'm able to just bring it with me. So basically this is what's gonna make the first start something that we can count on and make sure that it's not going to be a disaster. So really important to have that assembly lube absolutely everywhere on that surface, and we're gonna also put some on the bearing surface of the connecting rod. So the journal is now lubed up. Let's bring that up here. So basically, I don't know if you are on your side, if you are, I will say Abina. It's gonna be Abinav 1, Abinav. I don't know if you're used to car and stuff like that and tuning stuff. If so, well, welcome by. If you see something stupid I'm doing, you're more than welcome to telling me, because I'm not a professional. I'm doing that just for fun since the last 10-15 years. And basically, if you are not used to cars, well, this is the kind of thing that you might relate to a lot of computer building technique and stuff like that. Like basically, it's a little bit more impressive than building a computer, but it's pretty much the same idea, just making one step at a time, not rushing anything, and just, yeah, just working your way around. So that's pretty much it. All right, let's spin that back to cylinder number 1. So what they are saying here is to put that as far as possible, like so, so we will have more space to basically push that piston inside there. There we go. Whoop. Here, so the idea is going to be to push the first piston right in here. First of all, we're going to bring that to the bench. Going to need to open that up. So actually, let me do this. What we're going to be doing is looking for the box 11 that we have right here. Need to make sure I'm not throwing that piston to the ground. And we're gonna split open the caps. Oh, they were just hand tight, so I did well last time I've worked with these. There we go. So I'm gonna make sure I'm drying that residue here of mineral spirit from this morning, and after that I'm gonna also make sure to lube these surfaces. Then it's gonna be all about oiling the cylinder and starting to throw that in here. I've seen multiple people over the internet doing that procedure, so I'm quite confident about doing it. It seems like a fun little thing to do. I'm not too stressed about it, but yeah, we're gonna go one step at a time and try to take our time. So that before lubing that, I'm gonna lube my actual bearing surface. There we go. So I want to make sure I'm not putting any behind, because the idea here is really just to lube the top surface. We don't want any wet at the back, because that bearing surface needs to stay dry behind it. Reason for that is quite simple. If it's lube, it might spin. If it spin, it destroys the actual thing. So as simple as that. There we go. So both of them are now actually lube, and now we can proceed to lubing that cylinder right here. So what I'm gonna do is quite simple. I'm gonna pour some engine oil on there, and just with the hand, I'm gonna make sure I have oil absolutely everywhere. This way it's gonna help keeping that clean. Also right here, I'm just going to read that chapter, because I think it's ideal to oil your ring first before trying to slip that in there. No matter what type of ring compressor you are using, lightly lubricate the inside surface with engine oil. Okay, so that's what I was about to just saying at the moment. If you have a tapered sleeve ring compressor, set it roughly atop the bore. Adjustable sleeve style ring compressor needs to be adjusted until the cylinder liner can no longer be seen around its inner circumferences. Many machine shops make a slight chamfer in the top of the bore. Yep, we have that, and you can see this in the first photo. As for bend style adjustable ring compressor, they should be warped snugly, not tightly around the piston at this time, leaving the piston skirt exposed. Okay. Okay, yeah. Note. Use of bend style oil filter wrench compressor that do not lock to set a position is not recommended and can result in ring breakage. Okay, so we have something actually to do that. So that one is locking, so we are good with that. Install piston rod assembly into ring compressor. After verifying ring clocking, lightly lubricate the skirt of the correct number piston rod assembly and insert it into your sleeve style ring compressor. Or simply insert the piston skirt into the bore. If using bend style compressor, start pushing the piston very lightly downward by hand. Further minor adjustment to adjustable style ring compressor may be needed. When using a sleeve style compressor, you will probably need to use your finger and press each compression ring into its groove. All right, so let's start with that. So we loop that. We're gonna throw some compressed air in the brand new ring compressor just to make sure it's clean. All right. That is done. Now I'm just going to take that, and actually I will just test it right here. So let me just clamp that quickly, just so I can adjust it pretty much where I want it to be. Actually, I will do that. You know what? There you go. I just want to make sure I'm gonna have close to the right adjustment on that first one. Perfect, there we go. So now with our ring correctly clocked, I'm just going to start adjusting that. So basically here how it works is just that I can basically turn that open, release it, and it's expanding. After that, eventually I will be good to start locking it a little bit tighter, and it's gonna be super duper good. So I'm just gonna try it on top. Yep, I'm able to do so. So that's working perfect. Now what I'm going to do is make sure we are staying clocked properly. I'm gonna lube a little bit the inside here. Just like that. So the idea here is to prevent any friction, basically. So just like that, we are all lubed up right here. I'm gonna put you up a little bit if you want to see a little bit better. And therefore, I can now just go ahead and start sliding that on top here, pretty much. Just like that. So I'm gonna let a little bit of exposed skirt of the piston here. And I'm gonna start to actually tighten that up a little bit. Boom. I'm really afraid of not having enough. Let me check. Of not keeping the clock in its proper position there. And I was a little bit off, to be fair. Not by a lot, just a touch. All right, it's really hard to keep that in its exact position. I'm gonna plug that towards here like the other one. Just making sure. Yep, there we go. So this is clocked properly. This isn't. This is now. Taking our time, key to success. There. So that seems pretty decent. So now let's lube that. So we really want to make sure we have oil on that surface, because this is what's going to prevent any trouble further in the next step. And I think we can be quite generous with it. Like so. So we have a layer of oil absolutely everywhere in here. So I'm gonna take out this, like so. They say to also lubricate the skirt of the actual piston, so let me do that. There we go. And now, with the dot lining up to the front, that F looking at the front, we're gonna start throwing that in place. Like so. And from there, it's gonna be with a lot of precaution that we're gonna need to make sure we are doing the right thing. So let me check what they say. Avoid rod interference. Once the piston skirt has entered the top of the bore and all the rings are being compressed, look underneath to ensure the connecting rod is roughly centered. So to know if I have, okay, I should be able to see all of that, I think. All right, let's try. Okay, yeah. We're pretty much getting there. think I'm doing great right there. So I just saw a bit of I can see it slide down. We're gonna make a try and see how good or bad this is going to work. Hitting crank counterweight, a common occurrence. Twist the piston as necessary to get the rod at 90 degrees angle to the crank center line, and you may also need to slide the rod to center it along the piston pin. Failure to correct these problems can destroy the rod and other components. So far we are doing great. We don't have any interference there. I have a hair right there, so hopefully it's gone. So far so good. I can touch my freaking stuff with the glove right now because it's dangerous for me to put oil everywhere. So with that said, let's go ahead. Hold the ring compressor against the deck surface and begin tapping downward on the top of the piston with rubber butt end of a mallet. At 80 point, do not force it. Ring compressor may have improperly adjusted. Some moderately forceful tap may be needed to get the piston to move, but anywhere more than it, this should be a red flag, in which case you will need to stop. Pull the piston out and make any necessary adjustment before trying again. Once you are certain the piston is going in the bore properly, reach underneath and begin guiding the end of the rod with one end while considering hammer taps with the other. You may remove the ring compressor at this point if you wish. All right. Whew. First one to do. Let's start that. So I'm gonna use my trusty wooden handle here to basically start throwing that inside there. So that's gonna be this. So far so good. It's so stressful. So let's see how it's going in here. Everything's doing great. We are almost flush to the surface. Now with that, I shouldn't be worried about that, but there we go. Woo! First one. So we have a first piston in place, and I almost showed absolutely nothing. We are gonna see 7 other. So basically all I'm doing is smashing with that here, and as you can see it's moving down. Now all I have to do is to guide it towards its surface here. I don't know if I could just spin that actually. Yeah, there you go. Spinning the crank is actually easier now because I just have to basically push that to its place and just like leverage that. So there we go. Now, let's throw the cap on it. So here, can I see the actual XE? Hard to tell. All right, so that's maybe why you're not trying to do that. Because you need to know, yeah, I can read the XE here. I'm gonna go a bit further down. But I need to make sure I'm not going past the actual surface that I need to mate. There we go. So that have my code there. So cool to assemble engines. I love that so much. Like the only thing I've done before was pretty much my BMW, assembling the head assembly, disassembling totally, getting that to the workshop because there was something going bad in it, and then getting that all assembled. That was so cool. And now I should be able to do that. Hell yeah, brother. So now let's go with piston number 2. I'm gonna keep reading so just to make sure if I have anything else to do. All right, I have to do that for everything, then we're gonna spin it and pretty much go ahead and just go ahead and use the same technique for all of them, then torque them all. So that's pretty good. Let's do that. Like so. And now, I'm losing my earbuds there. Let's go. So I'm gonna re-oil the ring compressor just to make sure we have plenty of lubricant in there. It's not at this moment that I want to fuck it up. There we go. I'm gonna grab piston number 2. Gonna make myself a bit of space in here. So if you want to see what's going on, I'm right here. I'm actually opening up the connecting rod bearing, split it in 2. Put that aside. I grab that one. There. Do the same thing here with a small drop, like so. So you see, I'm just putting that on the top surface there. Try to avoid the mating surface there. And so, from now on, we're gonna move to installing the actual ring compressor in it. Now I'm gonna have to loosen up that again. That's pretty much for sure. So weird to handle. Like so. And from now on, I shall put that in here. So we're gonna make sure everything is clocked properly. So I have these here going like that. Like this. That top ring like this, 180 degrees from each other. All right, I was doing way better in the vice grip actually. Had more fun. Maybe just like that I will be okay. So let's make sure clocking. Fuck, I didn't want to smash it. And I've installed it the wrong way. All right, so lesson learned, we need to tighten the vice grip if we want that to work properly. First of all, really? There we go. Now let's clog that all over again. Oh, it stayed pretty much in the right place. And now let's put that, because I need that to be facing up if I want to be able to use it, so, which makes sense. I think I can loosen up a little bit more. Cool. That was way easier with that clamp actually. There. And now we are going to be able to throw that in here. We just need to lube that first. So let me throw that on the bench one more time. Grab this. I think, to be fair, this is going to be the easiest way. Straight in my hand. Every centimeter is going to be lubed up. We want to make sure that when we're going to have to spin it, it's not spinning metal on metal, but has oil in it. There we go. That's perfect. Boom. Now let's go ahead. Oh, forgot to lube that, but I have so much on my hands that I'm gonna be able to do it right away. Lube the piston skirt. There we go. That's pretty much right there. It doesn't want to, so we won't force it. We're just gonna start smashing slightly. So now we're gonna take a look, make sure that we're not smashing that onto any surfaces that we shouldn't be. No, we're doing great. Or we're not. Seems like we are. I'm not sure about that sound. So far, so good. What's up, Jeff? There we go. Piston number 2 entered the cylinder. Oh no. Alright, let me check that. I'm afraid of what I'm gonna find in there. Yo, we start to have some actual piston in here. Oh man, I don't know why the computer has difficulties with clips. Wait for it. I'm gonna grab that, copy, bring that to Firefox, and I think it's gonna work. I don't know why. Seems like I have a trouble with Chrome. We were talking about engine stuff, okay? Pure engine stuff. Now let me do my things. I need to finish that. All right, there we go. Now let's grab the hammer. It's hammer time, baby. I need to finish my job, you know. There we go. Piston number 2 entered the party. So now from underneath, it has clearly marking. Now we restart for second one, the second journal. So we're gonna spin the engine, clean up that second journal, then do the same thing with piston 3 and 4. And that's gonna be our job for the rest of the afternoon. Here we go. So we're gonna go. Oh, that's gonna get heavier and heavier. I'm really wondering if I'm not Actually putting a bit of engine oil at the back here might help it spin. I'm really throwing engine oil in the pivot just to help me a little bit. So there we go, 2 in place. Some more to go. So there we're gonna go, this one. So let's grab a fresh towel, clean that up. Like so. Take the compressed air. Like that. I might want to change my glove quite often this afternoon. Is it really environmental friendly doing that? Nope. Is the Datsun going to be really friendly for the environment? Yeah, of course, so it's worth. Totally. All right, well, I don't have gloves. Let's take a bit of coffee. All right. Cool. So now, let's do this and let's do that. Oh, it's maybe a bit too much. Oh well. All right, let's try to use the wrench to spin it a little bit, just so I have a bit more access to that. Hearing the piston ring actually scratching the surface kind of hurt, but like it's normal. It's just that we're not used to that. There we go. There we go. Boom. Now, let's spin that a little bit more. We're gonna go to piston number 3 first, whew, I need to take care because that, oh yeah, the engine oil did help a lot. It's trying to flip by itself now. Whoa, need to take care of that. So there we go. So now we're gonna use a clean towel to just go in there. Just making sure we don't have any big dirty stuff in here. Visual inspection seems good. Now let's lube it up. I don't know yet which is my favorite technique. That one is still working pretty well. All right, that seems to work really, really great. So now let's lube up a little bit more the ring compressor. We're gonna bring in here piston number 3. Like that, like this. Putting a bit of there, that seems a bit of a more appropriate amount. Maybe a touch more. There we go. Let's make sure we keep that clean. Like so. So, like, you can be quite generous with assembly lube, but you need to keep in mind that too much is not always the answer. So you need to be aware of that. So that one is, okay, I put it reversed. But this is good, and this is now excellent. So I can go ahead, open that up, let it release quite a lot. Go around that. All right, my glove stayed intact. Perfect. That pretty much the same amount. There we go. That way we should be good. And that skirt is also lube. All right, piston number 3 going in. I should double check. Wait a sec. I will double check also that I am actually throwing the right one in place. Like, I haven't double checked that I didn't misplace those on the track, because I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I have a marking of different letters on top of each piston, so I'm gonna make sure so far we are doing that in the proper order. And that's all on my cell phone, so that's why I'm removing the gloves. Samsung Note, cylinder 1 XE, cylinder 2 CN, yep, cylinder 3 VG, yeah. So let's keep going with that, and we're gonna make sure we're not mixing them up, because that will suck, because we basically build everything for each cylinder. So I just mismatched my gloves. Not ideal. I'm gonna switch them back again. Pom, 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 pom. There we go. So now, I feel like I'm pretty good with that. See, is it touching? No, we are clearing the crank, and I'm losing in earbuds. That's gonna have to stay like this for now. Are you still going in? Or are you not? All right, I see what you seem to be doing. Let me see. That might be why. There we go. Perfect. So here we are, we got this in there, and I forgot to twist the cam, to switch the cam, sorry. But there we go, it's in, it's looking great. It was not going at first exactly like to the place I was expecting it to go, but in the end it was just a matter of clicking one more time for the top ring to get to their place. I'm gonna just do that. Now we're going to let's go. So now from underneath, I can throw my bearing cap. On that side, I need to see the actual letters. The letters are here VG, even if they are quite thin. Oh, wait, nope. What? Okay. I was about to put that on the wrong side. Why is that one? I'm seeing that. Not on that one. That's weird. That's definitely going like that. surface. Yeah, okay. It's weird because basically the code on one of them, I was seeing it right here, but everything seems to be aligned properly. That head, the points are at the front, everything's doing okay. And I shouldn't have any trouble. Let me check. That. All right, it's no big deal. There we go, like so. Now let me flip the engine and do the other piston. Oh my god, it helps so much. Wow, was more than time for me to lube it up. So maybe I can try to find it. Yeah, like that. That's gonna allow you to see both sides and see everything I'm doing actually. So then we can throw that away. Then we can throw that away before there's a drama with that. Same with this. For now, this is too much. This, and this is pretty much what we need. So first thing first, cleaning the cylinder. What time is it? 15:27. Ideally, in about less than an hour, I will need to be finished because of my class tonight. So we'll see if this is possible. But that will be wonderful. There was actually a bit of dirt in there. I'm gonna double check that. Yep. There we go. So this is done. Let's lube it up. There we go. Like so. Number 4, entering the ring. So let's crack it up. Feeling a bit better in here. Heater is blowing quite a lot, but that's perfect because it makes me feel great right now. Cool. There we go. Perfect. Now let's clog that. Let's clog the second one, and this one here is perfect. Really cold outside today. Yeah, that's crazy, honestly. It's really, really crazy. When I got out of the house this morning, I was like, holy crap. What the heck is that? After those 2 last week where it was so good outside, it felt a bit rough this morning. Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, I think this is going to be good. So we lube that up. Just need to lube the skirt. That's what I'm almost forgetting every single time. Come on. All right, so the front is like that. I'm gonna start throwing that in place like so. That one seems to go straight in place. Far so good. Let's see if it wants to click one more time. Here we go. There we go. Was almost there, but not yet. There we go. Piston number 4 in place. Blank, yep. All right. Half of the engine is together now. We're gonna spin it again to see the underside of it. See the crank and go to journal number 3. Nothing's stuck, everything's moving great. And I'm gonna have to move the other way around after that, because the bolt just got loose. So new towel, same thing, cleaning that main journal. Quite clean, so that's cool. Taking the air. There we go. Just a touch of air, just to make sure if there's any loose particles on top of it that we're not messing with that. All right, let's grab that. Let's spin it a little bit so I have access to that little part here. So we don't have any more metal to metal surface. There we go. In fact, that's gonna be all right. I cannot do that. There we go. Here. So that one's pretty much done. So now we need to go to that way. Oh yeah, it wants to spin by itself. So we're gonna go this way. Make cylinder number 5. Yep, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. Let's go. How long did it take to do the 2 others? Not too bad, not too bad. We can do that in pretty much 10-15 minutes. So, clean towel again. That. Grabbing that side. Getting around in here, making sure we don't have anything. Bit of dirt. So just going to flip it around and make really good cleanup. Just making sure we are all chilled in that. Visual inspection. We're good to go. There we go. So engine oil, plenty. Now let's use that. Like so. Grab our next piston. Same procedure all around. Alright, so that one can go right here in the vice grip like the other one. Let's prepare that bearing. There we go. Feel like I could put just a touch more. Felt a bit thin. There we go. That needs to stay. We're throwing that on top. Making sure that we are clocked correctly. like so, and like so. Perfect. Lubricating the skirt, super important not to forget, because we want to make sure we have no friction whatsoever, or the minimum amount of friction in between cylinder bore and that, and then we can throw that in here. Oop. Go. Just like that. That's not going. Perfect. Let's grab a bit more space in here so I can see what I'm doing. Doesn't want to click one more time. Ugh. All right, so we are far from the counterweight on that. But we kind of feel like we have something. There we go. There we go. We're not heating on anything. Just feel like it's a bit rough to throw it in there. I don't know if, yeah, nope, something's wrong on that one. Can try that. Nope, something's wrong. And I think I can see it right here. We might have to push that back out. We might have. I don't know how. I'm losing an earbud again. Feel like my ring compressor went in a little bit too much. Yep, the ring here. I'm not on top of it. There we go. I might be able to. If I had kept smashing, I would have destroyed my ring basically. Is it going now? Nope, something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. And it is here. Alright, that might be ugly. Hopefully it won't be, but basically what I feel happened here is that the ring compressor squeezed in between the piston and the actual cylinder, so we might have quite a bit of work to get it out from here. Yep. Or not. But that doesn't sound good. All right, let's see if now it's getting in. Oh, it is. And we didn't scratch anything. All right. Whew. Not too often, please. There you go. Easy. All right. So that one took way longer than expected, so we might be flush in our goal. But it's part of the game. There we go. Let's move to the other cylinder right here. So I'm gonna push in some places that are bad. There we go. There, you can see even better this way. Hey, hey. So, another clean towel. That one was quite clean. Perfect. That's what we like to see. So with that said, let's lubricate it. All right, done. And now let's prep it and hope that it won't do the same thing. Pump, 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 pump. It's a pretty calm stream this afternoon. Don't think we will have time to finish that today, because it's pretty much a hard lock at 4 that I need to go. Whoa, what the fuck happened there? There was a air bubble trap in there. Oh well. Won't use that. That. Let's throw that in here. right. All right, that's perfect. And you are in the opposite side that we were assembling the rest. This is good. All right. Don't give me any more drama, okay, dude? So that the tool is right there. Go. Now let's remove that, loop the skirt, sending in. There's a fiber there and I hate it. I want to make sure it's not going to get stuck inside the engine. Right. Oh, let's put a bit of foil on that skirt here. There we go. So let's make sure we are putting that toward the front and sending in. There you go. So I will test something. I feel like I was putting the compressor ring a bit too high earlier, and that's why it had the possibility to get stuck, where now it will have time to sit to its place and it should be pretty more good. So that I think I'm gonna be able to twist it one more. Maybe not. There we go. Tight without being abusive. Everything's loose here, yes. There we go. That's no good. That's our bearing that fell. Right, gonna have to clean it up. So just tapping on it, it wasn't probably pressed properly. Gonna have to look at this. Let's change gloves because they are so oily. So that. Why is that now that we need to have a bit of drama? Everything was going great. No big scratch, no, nothing on the surface. We won't take a chance. We will remove all the lubricant and make sure that we are not having any big chunk on there. Cool. Now let's just wait a little bit. I'm gonna be throwing the piston inside the actual lock. So this way. Shit, it did that again. All right, so what the fuck is going on with you? What's wrong with you? There you go. There you go. Easy. All right, so that did work. Perfect. No big deal. And now that this is down there, we're gonna take a look at the back here and reinstall that bearing and then lube it up. So we'll just make sure it's dry on dry. And I need to push that there. That's gonna be a rough one. So I basically need to do that. Gonna push it further down. Have more access to it. Yeah. There you go. Now I'm gonna lubricate it. Shut up. I know it's 4, but I still have job to do. Don't want to be leaving now. There you go. All right. No big deal. We got this. Just going to take care of the next one to make sure everything is pressed in place. Just feel like it might have been loose from the beginning. There we go. Now with that. All right, guys, we're gonna be left with only 2 pistons to put in there, because like I said, it's a bit of a hard deadline of 4 hours. I need to go take a shower and then prepare myself for the class, and I have a bit of a big deal to do just before class, so yeah. There we go. Almost done. There. Boom. So quite some good progression in just about 2 hours. We pretty much went on and put 6 of the 8 pistons in there. We're gonna have 2 more left tomorrow. So guys, I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning, and we're gonna keep going on that. We're gonna keep pretty much pushing on getting the short block done, and tomorrow morning it's gonna be like done probably in 30-40 minutes, something like that. And after that we're gonna go and keep going with what the book tell us to do. So I'll see you there, guys. Have a good evening. Bye bye.